The notable Nigerian deaths in the year 2020. Sometimes, it seems like everything in Nigeria is designed to kill. Added to this, 2020 saw a peak of the coronavirus pandemic, contributing to a deeply traumatic year, perhaps the worst in our lifetimes. Here's to the lives that were lost in the year 2020. Oba Israel Adegoke Adeosi, the Oloifon of Ifon in Ondo State, Adegoke Adeosi, was shot dead by yet-to-be-identified gunmen at Ilegbeka along Owo Ifon Road in November. The traditional ruler was returning to his domain after attending a meeting of the Council of Traditional Rulers in Akure when he was shot. He died as a result of the injuries sustained. Abiola Ajimobi. After a period of morbidity, members of the 5th Senate and former Oyo Governor Isiaka Abiola Ajimobi passed away on the 25th of June. According to Lagos State records, Ajimobi drew his last breath at First Cardiologist Consultants, a private COVID-19 approved care facility in Lagos State. He died from multiple organ failure following complications from COVID-19. Harry Akunde. Chief Harry Ayoade Akunde, the Agbaoye of Ibadan land, passed away in the early hours of Saturday, December 5th. A renowned businessman, tycoon, and former presidential hopeful, Akunde was 77. Once billed as one of Nigeria's richest men, Akunde was chairman of the Akunde International Corporation (AIC), with interests in healthcare, engineering, building construction, and power. Jimoh Aliu. Nollywood actor Chief Jimoh Aliu died in September at the Ekiti State University Teaching Hospital, Ado-Ekiti, at the age of 81. Aliu was a multi-hyphenate artist, a seasoned producer, location designer, director, makeup artist, and singer. He was also the former president of the Association of Nigerian Theatre Practitioners, ANTP.
It is so well, man.
Tolulokpe Arotile. 24-year-old Tolulokpe Arotile, Nigeria's first female combat helicopter pilot, died of head injuries sustained after a freak accident at the NAF base in Kaduna. Arotile lived a short but impactful life, contributing significantly to efforts aimed at ridding the north-central states of armed bandits and criminal elements by flying several combat missions under Operation Gamma Ikey. J.P. Clark. The poet John Pepper Clark, popularly called J.P. Clark, passed away in October at 85 after an undisclosed chronic ailment. Clark studied at the University of Ibadan and worked as a professor at the University of Lagos, from where he retired. Famous for his poems, plays, and activist stands, Clark was perhaps best known for his poem, Ibadan. Tina Ezekwe. Tina Ezekwe, a senior secondary school student, was hit by a stray bullet fired by police officers at the Yanowuru area of Lagos under unclear circumstances on the 26th of May. She was rushed to a nearby hospital where she died 2 days later. 2 police officers have been arrested in Lagos for the senseless killing. Majek Fashek.
Arise from your sleep, Africa. Rise from your sleep, America. It's what to be done, Africa.
Singer, songwriter, superstar, reggae icon, hero, prophet, rainmaker, an eventual cautionary tale passed away in New York on the night of 1st June. Once one of the brightest stars of his generation, Majek Fashek benefited immensely from the famed monster and was then hollowed out by it. His spectacular rise and fall remains the stuff of legend.
Remember, Lord Jesus Christ, who died for you and I to get salvation. They say you are black, they say you are brown, but only the angels of God is white now.
Dan Foster.
Hi, I'm Dan Foster. That's right, the Nigerian African-American that just came back to Africa for the last, 9 years? I'm here. And ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time. Yes, the Dan Foster Show is now in existence. Can I get a hallelujah? Hallelujah!
In the afternoon of 17 June, Nigerian-based American broadcasting icon and on-air personality Dan Foster had passed away in a Lagos hospital due to complications related to the novel COVID-19 pandemic. His wife, Lavina, confirmed to Channels Television. According to news reports, he was 62 years old and until his death, worked at Classic FM 97.3 as a morning show host. Shehu Idris. Shehu Idris was a Nigerian teacher who served as the 18th Emir of Zauzau, chairman of the Zauzau Emirates Council and Kaduna State Council of Chiefs, a member of the Fula people. Idris ascended the throne in 1975 and became the longest reigning monarch in the history of the Zauzau Emirate. Having reigned for 45 years, he died in September. Ibidun Ighodalo. Ibidun Ighodalo, founder of events management company Elizabeth R. and wife of Pastor Itwa Ighodalo, passed away suddenly in a hotel room in Port Harcourt in the early hours of Sunday 14th June, where she was working with the state governments of Rivers State and Bayelsa to deploy COVID-19 isolation centers. She was about a month shy of turning 40. Abba Kyari, the former chief of staff to President Muhammadu Buhari, also one of the most powerful men in the country, died on April 17 in a private health facility in Lagos. He was said to be 67 and the cause was complications of the new coronavirus, according to the Lagos state government. He is survived by his wife, Haija Kulu Kyari, and their 4 children. Okechukwu Obi Eneduze. Obi Eneduze, a 21-year-old graphic designer and recent graduate, was a victim of the hijack of the EndSARS protest by criminal elements. Caught in the middle of the violence, Obi Eneduze lost his life after a stabbing injury sustained when the home, which he shared with his mom and siblings in Oshodi, was vandalized and set on fire. Kayode Odusumu, actor and performing artist Pa Kasumu, veteran of over 100 films, died at the age of 66. Kasumu had been battling from complications of liver, heart, and kidney diseases. Odumusi was born on March 16, 1953 and started his acting career in 1968 at the age of 15. He was a household name in the Yoruba movie industry until he was sidelined by a diagnosis of biventricular heart failure in 2013.
Don't think you are giving me pinfall.
This is not testing.
This is not pinfall.
This is testing. What do you go see for that room?
Favor Okechukwu. 11-year-old Favor Okechukwu was allegedly raped by a gang of men and left for dead in the Ejigbo area of Lagos. According to reports, the victim, on returning from school, was sent to buy a carton of gala, a popular snack, from a nearby shop when 4 men lured her to a room and raped her till she passed out. Uwaila Vera Omoswa, only 22 years old. At the time of her tragic and untimely death, Vera Omoswa was studying microbiology at the University of Benin. She was found dead, lying half naked, in the pool of her own blood at the church where she had been a member of the choir. Omoswa's death, part of a spate of violence involving young women, became a rallying cry to tackle widespread gender-based violence. Belumi Onifade. Onifade was a young journalist with Lagos-based Boa TV and one of the heroes of the EndSARS protest. His recording of a politician shooting at unarmed EndSARS protesters in Lagos went viral and became one of the most powerful visuals of the movement. At 200 level of the Tai-Soaring University of Education, Onifade was found dead at a mortuary days after his arrest by the Lagos State Task Force on October 24. Bayo Oshinowo. Until his death in June due to complications of COVID-19, Adebayo Oshinowo was a senator representing Lagos East Senatorial District at the 9th National Assembly. Oshinowo, also known as Pepper, was serving as the chairman Senate Committee on Commerce, Industry and Investments. Kazim Tiamiu. 21-year-old Kazim Tiamiu was assistant captain at the second-tier side Rema Stars in Ogun State when he was knocked down and killed in an apparent hit-and-run. Tiamiu's club has since alleged that the defender was a victim of police brutality. His death led to a protest march demanding justice and for SARS to be disbanded by the residents of Shagamu. Anthony Onnome Unode. Anthony Onnome Unode was brutally stabbed and murdered by hoodlums who hijacked the EndSARS protest in Abuja. Anthony joined other Nigerians in Abuja to take to the streets to demand an end to SARS as well as a total reform of the Nigerian police. On October 17, some thugs attacked the protesters and stabbed Anthony. He was rushed to the hospital where he later died. He was 28 years old. To read more on this, visit www.ynanja.com. Follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel at @ynanja for more entertaining content.